Prepare to test the limits of your mind and your stereo system.
Everybody wanna walk away sometimes, and fools believe they can fly. Either way, coming down is still a hell of a ride. If you can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. If it hurts, it's work, and there's love enough for you and me. If you can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. Just keep going, there's love enough for you and me. If the world is made out of us, all our shadows suggest the sun. Every desert heart that wants the flood, come and bring your need, there is love enough. Cause we can't go back, no. Keep going cause we can't go back. Keep going cause we can't go back, no. We can't go back, no. We can't go back, no. You can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. If it hurts, it's working, there's love enough for you and me. You can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. Just keep going, there's love enough for you and me.
Ain't nobody stopping. Ain't nobody stopping.
If you're looking for memes of the week 21, you're in the right place. I'm your co-host Jason of Awake Souls, and I'm joined by the limitless one, Ronnie Harris. How are you doing, brother?
Great, man. I'm a little tired, but I've got my coffee with me and my sparkling grapefruit water, and I'm looking forward to tonight, man. So let's get into this. How was your week, brother? Let's go. Let's have a little, toolbox talk live.
Oh, the week. It was nice. We were running one of our own jobs. I felt like it went well, productive, making that secular money. It's not something that it's not that I mind do it. I would just rather be doing other stuff. So we make the money to be able to support our work. We don't ask money. We don't. We're not hired by anyone. We're not controlled in any way because we pay our own way. And so you got to put that time in. It's we weren't able to go live this Wednesday. We got home just a little too late for that. So we told people that during this during the summer is when we push it up. We're like the squirrels. We store up the nuts for the winter so that I don't like working in the cold. So we use that time to put out more content. So it's going good. It's hot out. I mean, 102. That's it's warm. It's warm. What about you, brother?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. It's going to get hot. We're going to start doing the weather in the morning. And most every day I'm going to say it's sunny and hot again here in Austin. So get used to that. But yeah, we're going to try to bring new things to the morning show. But I'm great. So, my week in review, I thought I did the best that I could. I enjoyed my week. There was ups and downs. I'm still working on setting boundaries. I'm still learning to let things go, learning to silence the mind, calm the crazy thoughts. I'm working on all these things. But it was a good week. I felt like I had a productive work week. I was able to achieve all the goals pretty much that I set out, plus a bunch extra. And it was fun working with you, bro. We have a good time. You're always teaching me so much. I got so much to learn, but it's great to work with you, man. You always have the patience, and your skills are they're great. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and build you up. The most interesting thing that happened this week was when I was taking out the carpet in one of the rooms we were doing, there was a note folded up on the floor like this. I took it out. I was like, whoa, what's this? I freaked out when I opened it up. So we'll get into this later in the podcast. So stay tuned after probably the first interlude.
So you got to let people know that you, you did carpet laying as a trade for many years, right?
Yeah. I kicked carpet. My uncle on my mom's side, and both my uncles on my mom's side are flooring installers, and they were carpet layers for a while. So I did it for a while. Back-breaking, but great to keep you in shape kicking carpet, that's for sure. But yeah, so I was getting it done. Didn't take me long, but I pulled the carpet up and there was a note there, and I was shocked. Was that sound? Did you just hear something? I guess I have my sound turned on. That's so rare. And I found the note under the carpet, and it's got poetry on it. It's got a bunch of S's, a bunch of 8s, a bunch of soons, a bunch of goes. There's a reference to Nazareth.
It's biblical too, right?
Yeah, there's some biblical stuff on here. And then what I did find in the other room was a quarter. It looked pretty new, but it was old underneath the carpet, and the date was 1995. So we figured the carpet was probably installed in 95. So we took it out. But yeah, we'll do a zoom in and we'll check out the letter that I found. It's pretty interesting, guys. I don't know. I'm just bringing it to the table as some entertainment for some content. It happened, so why not share it? The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the next job that we might possibly do. We're at the grocery store. And if you guys know me, if you've ever been with me, I like to have fun. I'm always smiley. People around me usually, especially at the grocery store, I say hi to the people. I read their name tag. I say their names. This woman was like, hey, she looks up to me, and I looked up. I said, hi there. She's like, what do you do? I was like, I'm a carpenter. And so she ended up, you exchanged her numbers. You went out and checked the job out. And apparently it's 2 homes that were bought, moved to a property. And the idea there is that they're going to have a place for Christian women to give childbirth and to be taken care of. So it's like a charity type thing almost. And I'm really hoping that we go to that job soon. That one has promise. What do you have to say about that? Am I saying too much? Am I allowed to talk about this live? I feel like I can.
No, it's fine. There's probably I can't think of another job where I can think of a higher ideal for the job other than to make a home for hard luck women that are giving birth and need a place to stay, and so I guess the woman does what are they called when you have midwife, there it is. Yeah, and they're Christians, so working for Christians as opposed to atheists, there's a huge difference right there, because they're supposed to abide by a moral code. So when things go wrong, they go, in construction, you always run into issues and stuff like that. If something starts running a little bit sideways, at least with a Christian, you can say, "Hey, listen, we're on the same team." If you're working for an atheist, you can't negotiate the same way. So I prefer to work for Christians only whenever possible.
Yeah, they generally pay. And it's funny, everything's flashing on and off. We're gonna have to come up with a way to cool this system. Hopefully it doesn't kick us out of the screen share again like last time. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know what it is. We'll get through it. Like we always do.
Yeah, I'm getting bitrate errors on the live stream. We do not have any reason for that whatsoever. I don't know why.
Gigabit internet, right?
And I rebooted before we went live because, I don't know, I think they're just trolling the computers right now, trying to make it hard on us.
You know what I mean? It's not like we don't have to go through enough stuff, but that's fine. We'll do what we have to do. I'm looking forward to tonight. We got some great stuff planned. Lots of mixed stuff. Try to bring some truth, some laughs, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I can't see, everything's flashing on and off crazily here. But I don't know if we want to go into the meme roller and get this night going.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm looking forward to it. Memes of the Week 21. Hope you're all doing well, everybody. And we'll see you on the other side.
We will. Thanks for tuning in.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.
I feel like a ghost, lost without a hope, and heaven knows I'm hurt. I need you to help me. Will you save me? Will you save me? Heaven knows I need you to help me. My light is gone, I can't see you clearly. Tell me I'm enough, 'cause I need the rush. Then only you bring. I'm in a constant war, I'm always last to draw. I need saving. I need you to help me.
Little bit of birds in there.
That was a throwback, huh?
So how loud is the fan in the background? I gotta ask.
I can't hear it. We'll see if the
No?
chat. We'll see if the
Let's get
chat.
a 5x5
notices it.
from the chat because I can turn it off. We just don't know if the screen's gonna. Do you have it on thumbnail now?
Yeah.
Cool. That was a request. That's a great track. I really like that track. And let me know when you have it properly sized and up on the screen. We've got some memes that we didn't show this week on the morning show that we're going to be getting into. Some new ones, exclusive.
You are
Exclusive.
live, brother.
So it sounds loud to me in my headphones because I have like the ultra strong pickup.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is. But if nobody else can hear the fan, I guess we'll have to leave it. It sounds really loud to me. I don't know. It says Australia from space at night, right? Question mark. And why are there city lights in the middle of the desert where no one lives? You want to
that
try to
big-
explain that to me, Jason? Can I get a sound check from somebody in the chat? Who was messaging me, by the way? Was that YD? Mm-hmm. What did I miss? Let me turn the sound off. I owe you like $20 now.
Your thing is up.
Sorry. Got it.
Yeah, so that's the desert out there. There's nothing out there. What are they gonna say? That's all fires
really
on that
loud.
one night?
Yeah, apparently all these places light up like they're mega cities, right? It's the middle of the desert. It's hilarious, right?
Not real. Absolutely
Not
not real.
This one says Billy and the Peacemakers?
Pace.
Pacemakers, sorry. You'll never walk again.
Oh man.
Warning. It says this album contains explicit stupidity.
The heartbeat with the flat line. Doot, doot, boom.
Because my question is this. If the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour as it revolves around the sun at 66,000 miles an hour, while the sun shoots through space at 450,000 miles per hour, why haven't the constellations changed in thousands of years? Jason, what do you think of this one? You know, we have seen a little bit of precession with some of the constellations, correct?
Yeah, precession can be measured by where the sun is at in the constellations. So we've noticed that we are a full constellation off. If you look at your birthday in the astrology type charts, those charts are set to when Christ was born, and so we've actually advanced a whole nother sign over the last 2,000 years, and by the year 3000, we'll actually be in the year of in the age of Aquarius. So it's not going to happen for a little while. You got to wait till almost 1,000 more years, but it does process through the constellations. That is true.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's so loud.
But
in
what
my
about
ears.
parallax?
Parallax, huh?
Yeah, if that sun and all that was spinning around like that, what about parallax? Wouldn't
Everything will be shifting in the
yes?
sky, different angles and different degrees. That's not what we see at all. At all. This next one says, "The world, the devil, our flesh." Matthew 11:28-30. "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavily burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light," says Yahawahashai. That's a beautiful scripture right there. I have to start it off like that. You know the scripture, obviously, Jason.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a comfort scripture. So if you're under burden, this is one of the key ones to go to. Come to me, it says, and he's going to take the burden for you. So there's only one way to do that. You have to go in prayer. You have to be in a relationship. You have to communicate with the Christ, with the Father, in order to have that yoke lifted. You have to communicate with them.
True.
It's not going to happen.
Come to
if
me. You have to call upon him.
Yeah.
Right? There's an action that needs to be taken place. There's a beautiful one. Boom. Let's peel the sky down.
Oh, that's
Time to
pretty.
go to nighttime mode. No more sunrise, right? Good night, Mr. Sun. Thank you for your great work today. I enjoyed your brilliant light. Go ahead. Good night. Sleep tight. Let's get the moon up for the night. Do some live poetry. We can't really read this one out loud. Yet YD was giving me some advice. He's like, "You were saying some trigger words this week. Dial it back a bit, Ronnie." I'm like, okay, duly noted. So yeah, you guys can see this on the screen. I'm not going to stay too long there.
Yeah,
This one says,
we had
go ahead.
the thoughts about the thumbnail for tonight and covering the thing that happened in Texas, a little bit west of San Antonio, and yeah, then we realized we can't do that.
You can't do that. No. I said, no. I could see exactly what the play is there. We don't need you to go down again, so we have to leave this channel again. This one's interesting. It says, when you drink soda, the amount of sugar inside it would naturally make you throw up. Instead of adding less sugar, companies add hazardous form of, what does this say? Phosphoric acid to cut the taste to stop people from throwing up. We need to stop drinking this poison. They have to add phosphoric acid to the pop because there's so much sugar in it that you just puke.
Oh.
Kind of like peyote, right? Or whatever.
Well, I saw in Godlike Productions the other night that so the diet soda that has the aspartame in it, there's these studies that are connecting it to all the diabetes. It's,
of course. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so much more calm. I can't stand that noise. My headphones amplify the air conditioner. I hear like every
Why
tweak and
do
twerk
you
of
send
it.
me a message that even with her headphones she couldn't hear the fan?
What?
Yeah.
Maybe because Zoom has the noise cancellation program, right?
Exactly.
This one says zombie apocalypse. Apocalypse equals, yes, revelation. Zombie, physically alive but spiritually dead, equals deprived of independent thinking. Absolutely. We are in a zombie apocalypse. Jason, what say you?
Yeah, was it FEMA had the zombie apocalypse scenario on their website for the longest time? I think they finally took it down, but I found that a rather ominous thing to have up there. The way I look at it is what they're doing with a zombie apocalypse is preparing people for the resurrection. So there's supposed to be this mass resurrection in the scriptures of both the righteous and the unrighteous. And I think that the zombie apocalypse is a cover story for something biblical that's going to be coming.
They've got so many of those. Blue Beam, they've got all these different alien agendas all ready to go, right? So should we move on? Oh,
Sure.
see that? I got to turn the air conditioning on. Did it boot me out? It did.
Oh no.
Yeah, 1 second. It's the way it goes, guys.
Leave the air conditioner on now.
It just trolls me. But let's keep going here. I'll just turn my sound down. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
It says New World Order agendas. Let's get into this. Destroy the family, chip implants, mass infertility, replace animal foods with synthetic meat. I'm not going to read this one out loud, but it rhymes with materiality, but it says beast, whatever, ration food and resources, take over farming, legalize, I can't even say this one out loud. Gehenna awaits these people. Carbon tax, artificial wombs. They want to try to make these. I don't know if they're going to be capable of it. They want to make everybody hermaphroditic. They want to do this cloning thing. They're trying. One world government, one world new age Luciferian religion, and a digital world currency. This is a pretty good layout right here. If everybody hasn't seen here, Jason, do you want to comment on any of these squares?
Well, it sums it up pretty quickly. There's the agenda. NWO right there. We got there? 12 of the New World Order agendas. That's the vast majority of it. Yeah. I can't think of too many more. The green thing is in the carbon tax. Yeah, well, they also want to they want you plugged in, right? They also
Is this biscuit, bro? That's a biscuit right there. That's what we have for dinner. It might be. I don't know. They want to replace our brisket with crickets, right? I don't think so.
Black goo. They just want to goo.
Yeah. The next thing I'm going to eat is like grapes the size of basketballs in the kingdom, okay? So if you guys want to keep going. Should I move on?
Sure.
Okay. Depopulation. Did you guys show up here for some like ha-has? What did you guys show up here for tonight? This is a rhetorical question. It says Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. The present vast overpopulation, now far beyond the world carrying capacity, cannot be answered by future reductions in the birth rate due to contraception, sterilization, and abortion, but must be met in the present by the reduction of numbers presently existing. This must be done by whatever means necessary. Initiative for the United Nations, Echo 92 Earth Charter. What do you think, Jay? This is absolutely, have you seen what they erected in Georgia, the Guidestones? They put it up in 1980. It exactly lays this out. And they pretty much show it. They put all the information out there. They tell you all the truth. They make it obvious to you. And then they say, if you don't see it, you deserve to get what you get. That's what they say. But we're standing up and saying, we see through this. We're saying you're all going to pay. Every single one of you is trying to depopulate innocent people. You're going to pay. It's going to come back. You'll see. Jason?
Oh, and all the big players behind the Jabiru, all those big players are huge proponents in this population reduction, and they just are looking forward to mass extinction. And you mentioned, the Guidestones. It's so remember, Satan hates life. He hates humans. He wants to kill and destroy as many of them as possible and take as many of them to hell with them as possible. So his agenda is to kill as many and take as many with him as possible. Hates life. Hates it. Super troll.
Mm-hmm. True. Want to move on?
Sure.
Did everybody get that? The population and the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 plan? Let's go.
Got it.
Move on to the next one. It says the world is run by psychopaths faking your whole reality. What do you say about this one, bro?
Yeah, you've got the biohazard. You've got that caution tape that makes me think of nukes and stuff like this. All these major things that people are living in fear of. The biohazards, the nukes, all that kind of stuff. It's not even real. It's not even real.
It's all fake.
They made it up. They're stealing loosh from you. They love putting you in fear because they know that when you're in fear, you don't make good decisions, right?
You make bad choices and you're easily hurtable.
Yeah.
They can predict exactly how you're going to run off the edge of the cliff like a lemming. Well said, brother. Should we move on?
Sure.
Let's go to this one. This is the new normal. Every ad, commercial, and news report now has the line, quote, the new normal, end quote, in it. It is textbook social conditioning. Introduce an idea and keep repeating it until it's accepted as normal. So I don't watch TV, so I don't see it, but I hear from people that they absolutely do this, and this is super mind control. And that's why what we do is we actually do the same thing in reverse. We put up good content, healing content, stuff that's going to purify you. And, you know, we actually make our viewers work on things. We call into attention. We hold you accountable. We hold ourselves accountable before you. TV is just the opposite of that. It's just garbage. Jason, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, well, we remember when the pandemic came out, they kept on saying, we're not going to be going back to the old normal, right? We're not going back. It's never going to be like it was. And you'd hear this from the New World Order agents over and over and over. And then they migrate to a new term. This is the new normal as they roll in the new agenda. And, yeah, they just mind control you by saying it over and over and over. And they've done the same thing with the Great Reset and all these topics. They introduce them like they get them into your conscience, and then they bombard your conscience with it over and over and over.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Cradle to grave. They've been doing it over and over again, and we've actually pushed back. And we're just nothing but thankful and grateful that we've had the ability to see through this stuff, right? We're just regular guys. We're carpenters, right? Here we are. Let's keep going to this next one. It says Event 201. How timely. Prior to the outbreak, the Johns Hopkins Center for Security, the World Economic Forum, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, a hive of the New World Order elites, hosted a high-level global pandemic exercise called, quote, Event 201, end quote, in October of 2019, which specifically focused on a, we just skipped that already, pandemic. Let me get this back up. They're not going to let us do this smoothly, are they? Pandemic. The invitation-only exercise projected economic and societal consequences along with the mass casualties. A few months later, thousands would be dead and hundreds of thousands sick. So we've covered this. We were censored here on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. That video is now up on Odyssey. You can see it in the description box below. You hit that little arrow underneath the title of this video. And down in that description box, you'll see a link. Is that specific video linked? What was it called? Cyber Attack? What was the one where we covered it all? Yeah, it was in that one. We laid it all out from, was it Glade X, Event 201, right up to the crashing of the economy, right? Cyber hoax?
Yeah, Cyber Attack, I think.
It's called Cyber Attack. We've been covering this, but this is a great meme. Whoever made this did a great job. I didn't make this. Jason, it's all true, right?
No, it's all true. Yeah, we covered it. I'm trying to think. When we called out originally the mark of the wild animal, January 27th, 2020, we probably even had Event 201 in that hangout as well. And we had so many things. The guy that actually made the microchip that's going to be plugged into people and all that kind of stuff. We've been on this topic right from the get-go, because what have we been doing? We've been watching for the Great Tribulation. So we knew that there would have to be something implemented on a worldwide basis that would make the ability to buy and sell be limited based on a certain thing. Now, you have a prediction to it being something injectable that goes when did you make that prediction?
What's that? Are we talking about Cobra thing?
Yeah, the injectable. When did you make the connection to an injectable?
Was that with Anthony Patch? He had the whole quantum dot technology thing with the.
No, I'm talking about when you made the.
Oh, mine was in 2014.
2014.
When I was exposing Ebola as a
Yes.
hoax. They were poisoning the wells and using Roundup, spraying the people with Roundup. And they were driving around in cars. The most popular song in Africa was "Ebola is real."
Is real. Is real.
It's
Right?
real. Yeah, you got it. He said, "You better start digging up them diamonds right now, boy." So what I really, and I said, yeah, you know what I could see is because they had run the swine thing, the H1N1 thing, which was cool. You could get cheap hotels downtown in the city. It was cool, really cheap. But I seen them. What they would do is just say that there was something going on, and then they would make everybody take the, you know what? That's what I said. I said it back in 2014. And then boom, fake pandemic. Everybody gets the mark of the Jabola. Right? That's what I had said. Yeah, I got lucky. And then it was Skiba. Skiba had already come out on the Prophecy Club on TV. What is he, 2011?
Yeah, real early, long before anybody. He had the full narrative given to him, though. That was even
Yeah, he
before
was reading the
having
script.
Ebola to have something to make a prediction off of.
It was crazy. They had this guy, Thomas Duncan. He was in Dallas, of all places, the disease center there or whatever. Like everything they were putting on the TV was green. It was just Ebola was green. Everything was green. It was hilarious. And Jeff C. from the Will Do It Live channel, he broke it down really good. A bunch of us did. Red Pill and Press Reset Earth. Let's get on to this next one. Outcasts. Jason, are you an outcast?
Yeah, I'm an outcast.
Yeah, this one might ring true with you. It says a lot of the time, those of us who don't fit in and never really have a much bigger purpose here on this realm. Those of us who are made fun of for being different, we are the ones here to create a new world. The outcasts are the trendsetters, the ones who see the world way differently, the ones who were never meant to follow the crowd. So, if this happens to be you, don't worry or feel down on yourself ever. No one will ever be like you. Never. You're unique, you're special, and you won't ever be like the majority. Being outcasted is a very good thing when you look at it this way. Red Heart. What do you think of that one, brother?
No, it's great. Yeah. So, I mean, growing up Jehovah's Witness, I was always super outcast because I was the only one in the entire school system for a long time. And then, so then once I left Jehovah's Witnesses and became, what they call worldly, all of a sudden I was the life of the party. I fit in with everybody and, had the big party house and stuff like that. And then as soon as I cared about the truth again, I was an outcast again. So I can assure you, everybody, if you care about the truth, you're going to be on the outs. And if you don't care about the truth, then you have the opportunity to be, the party guy or whatever you want to be. But if you care about the truth and you're going to fight about it, you're going to end up as an outcast. And it's not fun. And we have the assurity that once we're into the kingdom, that we're going to be surrounded with a whole bunch of the other outcasts, and we'll no longer be outcasts. We'll all be a community of people that care about the truth. So it's just something that we have to go through while we're still in the beast system.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Well said, brother. Let's move on. This next one is about our currency. What is our true currency? Treat your energy like you would money. Budget it. Save it. Find ways to increase it. Invest it where you know you will get return. When you place your value on your energy like that, or any other form of currency, you would be surprised at how much this changes your absolute reality around you. Our energy is our true currency. Money is just symbolic for exchange of our energy. This is why you need to pay attention. I'm working on this one. This one's a bit tough because I don't really share my energy too often. I'm pretty guarded. I don't really. I put it into the content that I want to make. I put it into my job. I don't go out ever. I don't hang out with anybody. It's not all these people that are chilling out with me. That's not what I do. So I'm really, really guarded with where my energy goes. I don't really have time anymore to really give my energy to very much. I'm so selected now. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think of this one, Jay? What about your energy? How do you feel that you're using yours? How are you spending your energy? Are you increasing it? What are you doing with it?
Well, as far as this this energy here, I've had this altruistic vision of how we could actually have a currency that isn't coin or commodity based, and the currency can just be our words and our actions. So true currency to me is having a contract with somebody that you fulfill. So if you often referred to as the barter system, but it could be used for anything, because you could say, I will work X amount of days for this, and I'll do this for that, and as long as what you say is true and you fulfill the contract, you have a currency. So our energy, the things that we say, the things that we do, the actions of our body, it is our true commodity. It's what we have to offer other people. So if we offer somebody something that we are able to fulfill, and they offer something that they're able to fulfill, now all of a sudden we have a true commodity. Because if we're exchanging gold or pieces of paper that have "In God We Trust" printed on them, or whatever it is, none of these things actually have a real tangible value to us.
No.
Where you can't eat the gold, you can't put it in your gas tank, you can't,
Can't wear it.
you can't wear
Can't
it.
heat your house with it.
It's really
what good is it? Can you
useless.
start your car with it? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I really
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I cut you off.
No, that's all right. I was done.
I was gonna say, I didn't really read this right. Now, this fan thing is really driving me nuts. I gotta get used to it. It says, when you place value on your energy, like you would any other form of currency, you will be surprised at how much changes in your reality. So I'm working on this. This one's new for me. And everybody on the other side of the screen, we don't bring these memes to the table. We're doing them. I'm doing them. I'm practicing most of this, if not all of it, daily. So I mean, this one's new. I'm going to try to look at my energy as a form of currency. Yes, but I'm already so guarded with my energy. It's super harnessed. I don't have time for much except to be around people that lift me up, build me up, make me work harder, things like this. Let's keep going. I've said enough. We're going to get into another amazing banger of a track. I can't wait for the next song. It like rivals the Midnight song. The Midnight song's great. I love it. But this next one, it really moves me too. I'm like, wow, the music in the realm is just on fire. So let's get into this one. We got some old pictures here. I think one side we got the government, on the other side, we got the mafia. So I worked for the mafia, right? Building some walls. It says here the difference between mafia and government. The mafia does not have a 15,000-hour system of indoctrination during your formative years to convince you its activities are something other than organized crime. True. Absolutely true. The mafia just does what it does. Right? There's an honor system to it. I guess there's an honor system to the government too. All they do is honor screwing the people. Right? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, the amount of time put into the indoctrination system. I've tried to think, like, how long would it take to actually teach somebody the things that are essential? And you could probably have that all done by second grade. So from second grade to 12th grade, what are they doing?
They're just messing us up. Breaking our spirits, taking the magic out of us. Don't you think? Stealing our creativity.
Yeah, and they create a daycare system so that both parents can go off to work, and then they just sit there and indoctrinate every one of their big lies, the evolution, the Big Bang, the spinning ball flying through space, all that kind of stuff. Everything that we're
All
taught
of
is
Atoms, nukes,
just pure nonsense made up by Kabbalists.
Kabbalists. Yep. Absolutely. This one says bird flu and monkeypox mutated. And I use this, I don't know if you heard, Jason, to say absolutely this is a proof that evolution is not real because we don't have any half monkey, half birds. Doesn't happen. Monkeys only mate with monkeys, and birds only mate with birds. There's not multiple genders. There's only two. Jason, what say you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting to see if the sores actually start breaking out on people. If they do, I'm
taking it to that.
I'm
Dang,
gonna
bro, come on now.
I'm gonna say that it's the mark, right? The first bowl being poured out. So the
Very
whole
well could be.
monkey and bird thing, all nonsense, pure nonsense.
Yeah, I'm calling hoax. You know me, Auto Hoaxer, the original OG. Auto Hoax. Are you done? Did I cut you off again? Is this the fan thing, you guys?
Yeah.
It's a totally different version of me. This one's beautiful. This one got me all emotional. Did you know, according to findings of several major scientific studies, we don't believe all scientific studies, but some are good. Human mothers naturally produce cannabinoids in breast milk. And furthermore, these cannabinoids are vital for proper infant development. That's insane. I did not know that until this week when I saw this meme. Now I know why I'm so addicted to film. I mean, get you some cannabinoids. They're good for you. Jason, what do you think of this one?
Now you know where to go if you run out of the grass. Right?
Oh, no. I don't have a mama. I'm here to fight for truth.
No,
Like
that's
that.
amazing. So the natural chemical that exists in the plant is made in the human body as well, and the mother
True.
uses it to
Soothe the baby
soothe the baby.
and develop.
Yeah, and they do say that breastfed babies are the healthiest ones. So we're going through the whole what do they call that stuff? The shortage.
Yeah, they've got a shortage in the formula.
The baby food formula, right?
Mhm.
And
True.
who knows
So
what
just-
they're putting in that stuff. I highly recommend all mothers give your children the natural. Give them the natural.
That's the best. You can't get away from anything that's natural. Look at this next one. It says, if you're still confused about gender, try milking a bull. You'll learn real quick. Oh, boy. It's too bad this wasn't a Texas Longhorn. That would have been cooler. This guy's cool, though. He's looking a good-looking boy, but, I mean, he's not as cool as a big old Texas Longhorn. You haven't seen him.
Yeah, all the theories go right out the door as soon as you try and start milking a bull. theories are out the door.
The theories are at the door. It's not a half, whatever. This one says nothing is permanent, okay? So don't stress yourself too much. Because no matter how bad the situation seems, it will change. Everything changes, right? Every cell in our body, if we call them cells, everything in this reality, it's replicating, it's changing. We've been changing for 6,000 years. We're going to keep changing forever. It's good to know this. I enjoy this meme. What do you think of this one?
Everything changes. So, like, if you think back to 10 years ago, look at all the things that have changed. If you can look back 20 years, look at all the things that have changed. So whenever we're going through something we don't like, realize that eventually it's going to be different. It will change again. So we're in a constant state of change. Nothing's ever staying the same, ever. Your body's getting older. The world is, you wake up, you expect not too much has changed, but everything's different the next day. The trees are older a day. The plants are older a day. Everything is changing from day to day, from moment to moment, second to second.
Very well said. Very well said. Lots of spirituality memes this week came out. It's incredible. This one says the dark truth. It's not so dark about music. The truth is, music is a very powerful way to influence your subconscious mind. Music is a form of hypnosis. All of the hypnotic beats and rhythms, regardless of genre, put your mind into a type of hypnotic state. If there are lyrics in that song, and some people like them, some people don't, your subconscious mind is very susceptible to the messages, especially if you enjoy the rhythm and find yourself in a trance-like state when listening to the music, i.e., when you're feeling the vibes, right? Now, don't get worried. Just like anything else, this is a natural, neutral phenomena, not good or bad. Music can be a very powerful way to vent your emotions, find inspirations, motivation, healing. Come on now, what? Yes, these things are all absolutely true. Just make sure you pay close attention to how it makes you feel. No one genre is better than the other. It's all personal, how it makes you feel. Music and art is all subjective. True. And you will know whether it resonates with you or not. Absolutely big old green heart on this one. This is absolutely true. And it's one of my favorite memes that I've ever seen, because I am a music lover. And so are you, Jason, and probably so is everybody else in the chat. Music is amazing. That's why we scour the realm. If you check us out on Reality Check in Telegram, the link is in the description box below. We constantly put out new music every day, all week, where we take 1 or 2 days, maybe. We don't put out new songs. The rest of the time is constantly brand new music in all genres, because we want people to vibe with us the way that we vibe. So what do you think of this one, Jason?
Yeah, I like being a music guy myself. I was deep into it. So live shows. One of the reasons why I'm in Austin right now was because the way the music scene was when I first moved here. So, super into it. My thing was always new. I never lingered in any genre. I didn't stay in one time period. I always wanted to see what the new stuff was. And after I heard a song a few times, I was ready to move on and go to the next thing. I had a personal self-defense mechanism that I actually haven't come across in anybody else yet so far, where I actually blank out the lyrics in songs, where all of my favorite music, I've never known the lyrics to any of them. I may know a chorus here or there if it's super, super obvious, but so I've had the ability to turn off the vocal track in my head and not listen to it at all. So I'll listen to the music itself, and the message and the lyrics, I don't even have a clue what it is. So sometimes people will tell me, oh, that means this or that, and that it usually turns me super off to it. I'm like, okay, there's a reason why I don't listen to the lyrics. So I changed my type of music that I listen to the more electronic styles that don't have lyrics. I just prefer music that doesn't have lyrics in it now. And because it is super powerful. When a person's sitting there reciting satanic nonsense, it does permeate the mind, the subconscious, and it has an effect on you. So you can use music to lift yourself up. You can use music to get yourself in a very hateful, ranty, like you want to go kick the walls down type headbanger stuff. And so like the meme says, listen, feel the energy in it, and if it's positive and uplifting, hopefully it doesn't have bad lyrics to it, then go for it. And if you feel like this might be stealing your energy or putting you into something a bad state, then stay away from it, because it is very powerful. Didn't Jimi Hendrix say something about the power of music, how he would be able to control people's minds with it?
I'm not going to say that's not true, but I don't have the true quote, so I can't verify that. Well said, though, brother.
That's my story on music.
Well, I mean, what a better time. This next one's called Invisible. You can take the screen share, put it on thumbnail if you could, brother. This next one is good. Oh, I really like this. Another new hit. This one moved me like right away, except we like to pull people out of rabbit holes. He does mention rabbit holes, but I really like this track. So let's tune in. Everybody turn it up. Let's go.
The city looks bright, but I still don't feel at home. There's a war in my reflection, the man I hardly know. Every night just another motel, no place to call my own. Suddenly Alice calls to me from down the rabbit hole. Racing back in time just to find you, but I can't find the words to remind you. Heard your voice from the telephone, same voice I hear in the bed alone. How do I reach your heart? This diamond ring is the only part. But was it only digital? The gift will I remain invisible. A sequence of numbers and codes raining inside my head, like a shadow on the shore. But I won't go down with the love I won't forget. A stranger I remain unknown, but who said? Racing back in time just to find you, but I can't find the words to remind you. Heard your voice from the telephone, same voice I hear in the bed alone. Same voice I hear in the bed alone. Invisible. Do I remain invisible? Invisible.
How the bass kicks in that one, huh?
That was quite the track. That was Pilot, P-Y-L-O-T, with Invincible. And I did put the link in the chat. I like that one. It's got a real kick to it, right? It just booms. I like that tune. Thank you, Realm. I love to manifest. Did you guys watch Transformers? Who on the other side of the screen watched Transformers?
That was one of my favorite cartoons.
Okay, yeah, I liked it too, right? I was Optimus Prime, roll out.
Yeah.
I thought I was Optimus Prime. You know what I mean?
It was so much better than Looney Tunes and all, and GoBots. None of that stuff even held a candle to Transformers.
Bumblebee was able to talk using the radio waves, the music, right? And so do I, and some other people too that I know who can talk that way. So there's more to music. So here's the note that I found underneath the carpet. Boom, boom, update. Here we go. Let's zoom in here and get a better look. That's not big enough. So if we go full screen here, we'll go to the top left. Well, I mean, was it this side that was on the open side? Yeah, this side. So it said had these weird S's. They turned into 8s. It said go, soon, SS. We'll go down. Soon, go, SOS. And then down here it says, never been to Nazareth. I was like, wow, no, I've never walked in Nazareth myself. Never. That's what it said. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't know.
Biblical on this.
Yeah.
On this note that was left underneath the carpet that you pulled up.
Yeah, I pulled the rug up. Was it Monday, right? I pulled the rug up, or Tuesday. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember which day it was. But here was this note, and this is what I saw first. I was like, whoa, I freaked out. I went in there. I remember I yelled. The owner of the house came in to see. He was like, what's going on? What did you find? What's wrong? I said, nothing. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. I'm okay. It's just a note I found. And then when I opened it up on the left side, there was a poem. I was like, oh, what? Are you kidding me right now? I write poetry too, right? It says, I'll have to zoom in more. I just thought this was interesting, guys. You know, I don't know. It happened. It says, tit for tat, eye for eye. You have yours and I have mine. Who has more? Is it justified? I was like, well, that's weird. I don't like this symbol. I don't know what that is about. There's a bunch of weird, like, music notes. A bunch of weird. There's another one of those these weird symbols. And there was more. This one says, tit for tat, eye for eye. You have yours and I have mine. So you. And then up here it said serendipity, and synchronicity. I was like, okay, that's weird. Serendipity was a really good romantic movie. I know. I'm not trying to be romantic right now, but it's a good movie back in the day.
The next one is Synchron City, right?
Stop it. No, it just says synchronicity. But yeah, anyways, this was the note that I found. I just wanted to show you guys. It was weird, right? Never been to Nazareth. So I found a quarter too that said 1995. And it looked pretty new, but it was old. So I figured they'd probably change the carpet. That's a long time that carpet was in there. It looks way better. We didn't get to an update finish point yet. We will next week. But yeah, so that's the update on this. If you could put it back to the thumbnail, I'm going to move back to my themes of the week.
All right, we're at thumbnail.
Interesting though, right? Yeah, Yahawahashai, that's his hometown, Nazareth.
Yeah.
Galilee, the Sea of Galilee, Nazareth. That's where he went to after he came out of Egypt. Because he went to Egypt because Herod was killing all the babies.
Could anything great come from Nazareth?
Tell me when we're back on screen share, when I'm on thumbnail.
We're on thumbnail.
You are? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I can't see your side of the screen, Mr. Producer. Where was I? 1 second. I'll find this again. But yeah, isn't that interesting? You guys found that weird note underneath the carpet? I thought that was so weird. Interesting. Where was I? Dark truth about music. Yeah, we're ready. Let's get back up on the screen. Tell me when I'm presented.
You are presented.
It says, our heart is our center, our essence, and our spiritual core. When the heart is fully opened, we remember our divinity and allow the love of creation to flow through us. We remember that we are a fragment of the all. So the children of the light, all right, we came from the beginning where the light came into being on its own accord and manifest itself through their image, right? That's the children of the light. This is speaking of that, just in a little bit different of a way. But I'll bring it back to that. Jason, what say you?
Let's see. So, our heart being the center, the essence, the spiritual core. This is something that, with what we do here online, when we see the reactions, when we see what people have to say, it speaks to a person's heart right away. When a comment comes in on a recent video or something, you can read the heart just from maybe the first couple words in a sentence. And so it does speak to the core. You know where a person is coming from right away. And so that core root decider is in the heart. So we have our logic in our mind, but nothing leads us more than our heart, because that's where the desires emanate from. So our mind will figure out how to get to where our heart wants to go. So it is a spiritual core for sure.
That's what Christ said. Of all things, guard your heart most, because everything of your life flows from it, good or bad. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. This one says the Matrix is real. That is real. It is real. It exists inside the minds of the masses through social, cultural, political, educational, and religious indoctrination. This one is true.
Well, and so there's so many people that talk about the Matrix. They'll say, oh yeah, you're living in the Matrix, but they don't actually mean it. They mean It's some sort of like false paradigm that a person's living in. So that's true. You're living in a false paradigm, because the actual truth is that you're living in a virtual reality, and that movies like The Matrix and Avatar and things like Star Trek's holodeck are actually closer to the truth than anything else that we've been taught. So atoms are not real, and we are in some sort of virtual reality. And so, yeah, the social, cultural, political, and educational, religious indoctrinations, all of these are designed to make you not realize the true nature of your reality. They all come up with false explanations for it.
Hide your divinity. The last meme coming into this meme. Go look at that. And the next meme is going to also tie into that last meme. Jason, listen to this one. It says the third eye does not mean someone's forehead is cracked and something came out. It simply means another dimension of perception has opened up. The two eyes can only see that which is physical. If I just cover them with my hands, they cannot look beyond that. That is how limited they are. If the third eye has opened, it means another dimension of perception, which is an inward-looking one, which looks at life completely differently, has opened up, and everything that can be perceived is perceived. This is what Jason and I have been talking about, seeing the colors of people's souls. When you open up this other dimension, you can see the way that someone types the first word in a sentence. You can feel their soul. And this is another dimension. It's not seen with the eyes. But this one, what I'm relating it to sort of is how you relate to somebody through communication. So you agree with this one, or do you disagree, Jason?
So it's just and they're using the third eye, and they're saying does not mean that you have a third eye on your head, or it's not the whatever that pineal gland is, or anything like that. So the third eye, what we always refer to as the witness observer. This is a third person perspective where if you once you have enough mental control, you can actually bring your perspective out to another vantage point where you can actually witness what you're saying. You can witness what everybody else is saying from a third person witnesser observer perspective. And once you're looking at everything from that perspective, then you can, if you want to, you can actually see everything as it is. Like the perceived becomes actual, where you're seeing it clearly from this. It's an unbiased position that's just witnessing and observing everything that's taking place. It takes a lot of work to get into that type of perspective, because most people feel like everything's just focused on and around them, and to move to that objective perspective is difficult because you have to see your own flaws too. And most people don't want to do that part of it.
Shame. You have to accept shame. So yeah, constantly stopping whenever you're triggered, whenever you're mad, whenever something serious happens, whenever you stop and then look at things through the third person perspective, non-egoic, you just look at it. You don't take a position. You just stop and you witness things. You then open a different perception. And that's what this is getting at. It's not talking about some thing in your brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We like to take things heavenly. This one says, honey, do you want the headache medicine that causes heart attacks or the fever pills that cause liver failure? Let me call the pharmacist. Hold on.
Can I have neither, please?
Neither. Yes. Let's keep going. This one's cool. Check this one out. And thank you, Esteban. I'll give credit where credit's due. He wasn't Nixon. He was Carter. Carter, not Nixon. Thank you, Esteban. Got that right. Did you know, Jason, JFK smoked pot in the White House while president because he suffered from severe back pain and Addison's disease? Did you know?
Yeah,
There is smoking a giant.
I think I have heard it that Billy Clinton wasn't the only one, right?
But he said he didn't inhale.
Oh.
It's true.
You know
It's true. Go
that
ahead, look
you
it
know
up.
that all these leaders are doing lines. They're
Not John.
shooting
I was
up.
just
They're
poking it. He was cool, man. I would have loved to chill out with this guy. Let me hit that, John.
He ended up being one of the worst presidents as his second run, though. Jimmy Carter was the most nothing president I can recall.
Transitionary period. He probably was, right? I don't remember. I was born under Ronald Reagan. So, and I'm a Kazakhstanian. We were freedom fighters, right? I was born to believe we had peace fighters, not military. We were the good guys, right? Let's keep going. Did you know JFK puffed the reefer? This is how to find your purpose. If you do not know what your life purpose is, it is simply because you have not unlocked it yet. Think of it like a video game, like a virtual reality. The way to unlock the knowledge of your purpose is to start by mastering you. Along the journey, you will get clues as to what your true purpose is, and it will become easier and easier to piece everything together and form a plan of action. Why is life this way? Well, it says you have to be the best version of you to have the capability to thoroughly pursue your purpose. You cannot have one without the other. No one is born without a purpose. You are born with a purpose. So continue to evolve and push for it until you have it. The scriptures say, seek and you will find. There's not even a question. Knock and the door will be answered. The Father doesn't go, knock and I'm not going to answer you. He says, go ahead and ask anything you want. He challenges us, the Creator. He challenges us. Who can tell me how many stars there are up in the sky? Who was there when the foundation of the earth was laid? Who set the boundaries for the movement of the lights in the heavens, right? He asks these questions. He's challenging us. Who is able to give answer to these things? How could Christ be both Son of and Lord of David, right? How could he be the beginning and the end? Who can answer these questions? What is your reason for being born? What are you here to do? Are you guys just here to go to work? And, what is it that you're here to do? This is a total self-thinking purpose. Jason, I could say what I think your purpose is, but I think I'm finding mine. I think mine's just to create, to speak truth, and to try to have a good time too, and be humble, not so egotistical, not some big tough guy. I don't bang the desk. I think I'm just here to love and have fun. Jason, what's your purpose?
Yeah, I mean, look at the two of us, and both of us 10 years ago. Could we have ever imagined that we would be doing what we're doing now? Probably not. I never envisioned, being a regular YouTuber and truther and doing all this kind of stuff. So it is true. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be open to you. So as long as you're pursuing a path forward, it will open unto you, and you'll end up seeing what the purpose is by the doors that are open to you. So it reveals itself as you go through the journey. So that's how you find the purpose.
I can add to it.
Yeah.
And you could start manifesting, and you get answers back from the realm. If you ask me, okay, I want to hear the name, I don't know, any name you want to come up with, you tell me that name, and I'll put up in the next few weeks, I'll find 5 songs with that name in it. They'll come up brand new, right? Released 2 days ago. So there's these hints that we get through coincidences and through the way that we manifest. The content that we create is absolutely manifestations of downloads that we get from, I would say, morphogenetic fields or the creator, source, right? Where else is it coming from? But he created us to be creators too, right, Jay?
Yeah, we are creators in a small sense. Everything that's been built in this world has been an act of creation. So to build a skyscraper, first it has to be somebody's thought, and then somebody has to actually come up with a design for it, and
The engineers, right?
that's buildable, and then you have to have people build it. So we're creators. We can do that. We can design and build just about anything we want in the world. We're just not creators on the level of being able to build worlds like this, right? At least at this point.
Yeah, totally. Let's move on. This one's a scriptural based one. It says Isaiah 66:1, according to Copernicus, thus saith Yahawah, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What shape is this, Jason? Let's zoom in. Let's go. Drill in. Down here. What shape is this footstool?
I see 4 corners on it.
4 corners. It's a rectangle, right? This ain't an AE map pizza model thing, is it?
Circle ottoman. Get
This would
out
be
of here
south.
with that
This would
70s
be
70s
east.
circle ottoman type stuff.
This would be west. This would be north. Right here is the shape of the earth. Same boundaries as the tabernacle of encampment. Let's go. For us, the heavens is high above the earth. So great is his mercy toward them that fear him. And not like won't say his name. That's not true fear. Okay? That's just being ridiculous. Sorry, Copernicus. But I'm going to have to go with the scriptures on this one. The earth is definitely fixed and founded. What do you think of this one? It's a good one, right?
Yeah, 4 corners. Don't forget the 4 corners. That makes a
And the
big
4
difference.
corners. Here it is up here again. For anybody that wants to see the shape.
Now, if the scriptures actually said and meant the earth was a circle, we wouldn't care. We'd be like, earth is circular. But
Yes, we'd be showing you the circle. And here it says Isaiah 66:2, and thus the earth is created like a circle. It would show you.
yeah, but we found that where it does say circle in the mistranslations, it does actually say circuit in the original language.
It's the way you could count a passing festival from one year to the other. It's a circuit. You use the same word used when talking about Passover. Right? It could be any shape. It could be a long straightaway and then a hairpin to a long straightaway. That's the end of the circuit. It could be any creation you want the circuit to be, as long as it has a beginning and an end and it comes continually. That's what a circuit is. Not a circle. Isaiah knew what a ball was. Right? He wrote it as a circuit. This one says installation of more transatlantic internet cable. Proof the earth is not a sphere flying through space and satellites are a lie. And man has definitely never went to the moon. They've got to run these satellite
Cables.
Underwater
satellite cables.
Have you ever seen this on the History Channel? This is quite a job. These guys lay these in the bottom of the ocean, right? And all the data runs through all these cables. And they do it through the sky too. Jason, what's say on this one? I think I just might be all right. I didn't even say any words, guys. I'm tired. Okay, come on, give me a break.
It's it's how we communicate, everybody. So what happens in the air is the waves, right? So if you're sending a radio signal or a microwave, it disperses throughout the air. So if you want to send a strong signal, it's got to be through a cable. And now the fiber optic is by far the best way. You can get massive bandwidth through it. And, it's lightning fast. Even by copper, it's super fast. You can have a phone call with somebody on the other side of the world, and you don't suffer from latency issues. It's it's so funny when like CNN does the satellite reporter or whatever, and they sit there and they wait 10 seconds or whatever. Nobody ever had to wait 10 seconds to respond on a telephone before, but so they're just doing that kind of stuff to psyop and make you think that this is coming from satellite. And yeah, everybody, I know that Starlink is a usable thing right now, but so radio frequencies work like great. They were sending radio signals across the Atlantic. There was radio towers being able to pick up on both sides of the Atlantic. But if you really want to send
100 years ago,
if you really want to send data, you send it through a cable like this.
That's the way they do it. And they connect them all together, use them in tandem. Not satellites. They might have some like balloons up there. Some junk. and planes. They put devices on the bottom of the commercial planes. That's why when there was nobody on the planes, they still had to fly. Check me out if you don't believe me. Do the research. Please, always research what I say. This one says, being honest with yourself. Do you always listen to your inner voice? There are times in our lives where we have a sense of, quote, knowing, end quote, something that we might try to deny with our critical mind. This usually revolves around a message about a particular life lesson that we have avoided because something has left us feeling hurt, frustrated, or confused. We may try to ignore the messages for a time, but they will only keep getting louder and more in our way. It is only when we confront and embrace these messages and the lessons that accompany them that we can truly heal from any past trauma, complete the life lessons holding us back, and move on to something new. The more you listen, the more abundance you can achieve. This is a tough one. When we talk about getting deep into who you are and the reasons why you're here, the Creator made it so that the lessons we would go through are tough. It's painful. It's super painful, because the reason we fell, the reason we had to come here is so that we could understand what bad was, so that we'd understand what good was, because before we didn't even know, right? So embracing this is the whole embracing the dark and the light. This has been a crazy, I would say, 6 months of truthing that we've gone through, where we've really started to delve into these topics. Many people have jumped off the ship. They said, we don't want to go with you guys anymore. But I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely true. We constantly have these lessons. Unless we learn from them and continue to get better, they keep repeating. I don't know if you guys on this side of the screen are going through this, but I do. I'm sure you have, Jason. And that's what I have to say. Is just embrace them. Come on, meet them head on. Be strong. You know, hold your head up and learn the lesson. Be like honorable. You know, hold your head up and do what's right. And then you can just move on, and it's the most freeing feeling when you can get through anything with shame, and you can understand and let it go. You're so much stronger. It's such a healing thing. This is such a tough topic tonight. You know, for me it is, because this is something that I'm always working on. What do you think of this one, Jason?
Well, being honest with yourself is tough, because the changes that are involved usually involve work, right? So the majority of the time, the being dishonest with yourself is so that you can be lazy. You can say that I'm entitled to this, or I'm owed this, or I don't need to do this because of this or that or whatever. And chances are every one of the excuses that you've made are to get yourself out of having to do something. So honesty is usually going to be tied to having to actually start to do things that you have to do to be responsible and that kind of stuff. So it's work. Being honest with yourself actually means having to step up and do more, 9 times out of 10 at least. And there's not too many times you're honest with yourself and you find out that you were doing too much and you need to cut back and you don't have to do as much anymore. So it's tough. People do everything that they can to avoid the responsibility, the extra work. But when you are honest with yourself, that third person observer looks and sees, yeah, that other person that's treating you this way, they're actually justified because you let them down and this and that, and you look at it and you go, all right, so I failed in this one. What can I do to make this situation better in the future, and do the work involved in order to step yourself up that way. So it's not easy. It involves work.
Hit a button. And these life lessons, I've gone through crazy ones. I've completely changed. So that's why whenever I see other people that might have stumbled, I generally like to keep things on the down low and allow people to heal, because we all make these crazy mistakes in this life. We're all carrying around broken halos. But being honest with yourself is how you heal. You don't make that mistake anymore. And then you can be so free. So it's super important to always be honest with yourself. This one says you can sound confident and have anxiety. You can look healthy and feel like us. You can look happy but be miserable inside. And you can be good looking and feel ugly. You can be kind. So be kind. Everybody, come on, be kind to other people, because every person is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. This one's so true. And, you know, I practice this all the time. And when I start to notice myself not being kind, I generally think, okay, what is going on right now? I take a snapshot of everything, and then I sit back and think. I think a lot, you guys. I'm always thinking. Right now, I'm thinking about 20 different things. If I could show you guys my consciousness, you'd be shocked. So I slow down, I take a snapshot, and then the things that made me not be kind, I eliminate those out of my life. And I'm not the best at this. Trust me, I have my weak, super weak spots. I have kryptonite, but it's so limited. I put that in a tiny spot. So this one's super true to me. Sometimes we all feel miserable inside, tried to smile. You know, the toughest people in the realm are able to put on a smile and still be kind. So this one I really love. What do you think of this one, Jason?
Yeah, you can't walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. You can't take one step in somebody else's shoes. You can put somebody else's shoes on, but you'll never ever know or understand the walk that they've walked. So each and every individual has their own walk, and you can't compare it. So once you realize that, it's pointless to even spend time contemplating it, because it's futile. You'll never truly know it. So the best that we can do is put our attention to our own walk, be the best person that we can be, so that when we interact with other people, we're just being the best person that we can be in that situation. But yeah, to evaluate yourself off of somebody else, you know, oh, this person's so good looking or whatever, none of it's real, because that person might not even feel that way about themselves. So just let your mind not worry about any of that kind of nonsense, and put it to something that has control over, and that is you.
True. You have control over your own thoughts. That's the only thing that we have control over, our thoughts and our words. This one says, in the future, we will identify each other not by outer physical features and forms, but by the soul's light that it radiates. This one is true. If we could see the true colors of every being's soul light, what do you guys think everyone in here would look like? Just think about it. I don't need you guys to type in the chat.
Yeah,
it's a rhetorical question, not rhetorical. But I totally believe that there will be a time where we won't see each other as physical entities. We'll be more light. Jason?
Yeah, well, we're told that we're going to put on immortal bodies that are incorruptible and aren't going to die. It's going to be a changed body. So it should be the type of body that Adam and Eve had in the garden before the fall, and the type of body that Christ had when he was risen. So that is our hope, that in these end times, the Great Tribulation, that we're changed. We're given those bodies. And we won't have to worry about the feeding it and watering it and sheltering it from...
Although we will have those opportunities.
Right. No?
We don't have to.
Yeah.
Right? Incorruptible.
Mm-hmm.
From
immortal and
incorruptible to incorruptible. Mortal to immortal. That's where we're headed. We're at the new age, everybody. We'll get through a few more, and then we've got another amazing new track. This one we'll get it moving a little bit more. We'll switch up the genres. It says, quote, the greatest change we need to make is from consumption to production. Even if on a small scale in our own gardens, if only 10% of us do this, there will be enough for everyone. End quote. Absolutely. Great. Plant. Get out in the sun, water your grass. You should grow wildflowers. Don't cut the dandelions down. We should let the grass grow wild in the spring until, like, I don't know, June, maybe the end of June, July, Jaloon.
Jaloon.
Jaloon. I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. But honestly, I want people to get into production. Grow some stuff, grow some tomatoes. They're really easy. Just water them before the sun rises, because as the sun rises, it pulls the water up into the plant. It's healthy. And love it. Talk to your plants. Meditate with them. It feels good. And then when you eat the product, the plant, you get super boosted. So that's what I think about this one. What say you, bro?
Yeah, so we live in such a disposable society right now. I mean, how many people have had a dishwasher fixed in the last 10 years? Chances are you just threw a new one in its old place, right? And this is the
I haven't
trend.
had a dishwasher in 10 years. What?
Yeah, I probably had 10.
Well, I mean, I did at the cottage, but I didn't even use it. I just washed the dishes. Come on now.
Yeah, as soon as it stops working, you just pull it out and you throw a new one in. So we never even took the time to check to see if the pump could be replaced or something like that. We're in a consumable, disposable society right now, and so if we actually were to think long term and build electric motors, like you were saying how your dad has a fan, a shop fan or whatever that he had for 10 years at work, and then it's
like 45 years old.
and it's like the best fan ever.
It's crazy. It's a huge fan. It has no grill. It's dangerous as heck. You got to be careful, but it's orange.
So if we actually built things to last and then actually maintained them and then actually repaired the things that went wrong instead of just throwing it away and buying a new one.
It's the old way.
We wouldn't need the same level of consumption anymore, and then our production would overwhelm. So it's just a different way of living, a different way of being. But right now, the world is so set on making money off of everything that they actually engineer and design things to fail so that they can resell you stuff. They don't want the Maytag that doesn't need fixing anymore.
A question from the chat. Never forget those left behind says, my poinsettia died after Christmas and I've been trying to bring it back ever since. It's not working. So plant it in the garden outside, water it before the sun rises, and only water it if the dirt's not wet. If the dirt's wet, you don't have to water it, because if you overwater, then you get root rot and plants die. If there's no roots, it's dead. But hey, just plant it outside, maybe it'll come back. Let's keep moving here. Great comments again, Jason. This one says, unless you learn to face your shadows, you will continue to see them in others, because the world outside of you is only a reflection the world inside you. Now, absolutely, everybody in this realm sees at a different resolution. Some see some things and some see others. It's very true. And we project. People can only meet you at the level of cognition that they're at, or vibration. Vibration is everything. This is a beautiful meeting. What do you think of this one, Jay?
Yeah, so the project, you nailed the word. What you'll find is that most people, whatever it is their shadow is, they'll project it onto somebody else, and they'll see it in somebody else when it's actually their own shadow that they're projecting. So the better you are as a person living righteously, the more you reflect, and the more you'll end up seeing other people projecting their flaws, their shadows on you, and you'll come to see it and recognize it, and you'll tell them, hey, you're projecting something from you onto me, and you probably won't be talking to that person for a little while, because the people that are in that situation, they don't want to see that, they don't want to hear that, they don't want to find that out. So yeah, you're gonna bump into a whole bunch of projections from people that haven't faced their own shadows.
True. And to go back to the chat, if there's leaves on the poinsettia, it's not dead. Right? It's not dead if there's leaves. If it stinks, you've got root rot. What you need to do is get a bigger pot, make sure there's holes in it, or like I had said, plant it in the ground. Plant it in the ground somewhere where it gets sunlight and shade. Water it a bit when you plant it, nice and wet, and then leave it for a few days. Watch as the dirt dries, and then let it grow. Put it in the ground. The ground has natural electricity to it, energy, and everything grows way better in the ground. Let's keep going. Great comments again, Jason. We'll do one more, and then we're going to go to our last interlude song break, which is another good meme, like a meme roller type song. This one says, teamwork. In today's world, everyone is taught that they have to go at life alone, and that they have to compete against each other, and that only the strongest are going to survive. The mentality is completely wrong. True power is in teamwork. It is in unity. Why is this? Because one person could never come close to doing what 1 million could, no matter how hard they grind. And I know I try. I try so hard, but the only reason I'm able to do anything that I do is because I have a team. We're not super big, but we're a strong team. We work together. We rise and grind. I don't take the credit. Come on, I'm the only one with my face on it. But Jason helps. Everybody helps. We have a huge team. They're huge in spirit. It says here, we need to realize that abundance is found in unity and collaboration. Only lack is found in competition. Jason and I have never competed. We've worked as a team, lifted each other up, had each other's back multiple times when other people tried to attack us. We were teammates, brothers, just like the rest of the people that show up. Most of them are teammates until they decide to do whatever they want to do. But it's true that Christ was always saying, work together, be in accordance with one another, speaking truth. That's what he was telling everyone. This is how I want you to live together in truth, together. Jason, what do you think of this teamwork one?
Yeah, well, so growing up Jehovah's Witness, I got to experience their 2-day Kingdom Hall builds. And so in the 80s, they started doing this. And at first, we were having like 2,500 people show up. And we'd build the entire building in a weekend. We'd start on a Friday and actually be having a sermon in a fully completed church. They call them Kingdom Halls. And I'm talking the carpet's in, the walls are painted, the stereo system, it's fully finished. We're talking tile bathrooms, the bathroom stalls. We would go from a concrete foundation to a fully finished and even like sodded, the yard, all the landscaping being done in one weekend. So can one person build an entire building like that in a weekend by himself? No. But 2,500 people can make it super easy. And like the walls would be done being built in an hour or two. The roof trusses were set in the next hour, and then it was sheeted in the next hour. And before lunch on Friday, the roof was almost fully shingled. It would move that fast. They would lay the brick around here, and you would have human chains where they were literally passing bricks one by one, hand to hand. But there are thousands of people. So
Teamwork.
You can build.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't need heavy equipment. If you had 1 million people with a shovel, you could.
That's how the Egyptians did it, right?
Dig a really big hole really fast.
Right. The Egyptians built the pyramid with a bunch of people. Nah, it was the Romans that did it with concrete forming. You can take the screen share back to thumbnail, bro. Let's do this last interlude. We also have a really nice outro track too. So don't go away. We're now closing upon the end of the Friday Memes of the Week 21. This next track is super cool too. We're going to change the genre up a bit. So we don't always like to have all synth wave. It's not always about what I like. Let's hope you guys like this tune too.
All right, let's go.
First things first, when you're hurt, that's the worst, yeah. Tainted minds like a curse, put me in a hearse. I just don't wanna feel anymore. I just don't wanna feel anymore. Open up your eyes to reveal all of the lies. I'm so sick of your disguise, that's no way to live your life. On a lonely drive, blast the music till I die. Drive the car right off the side, that's alright, that's alright. And when there's highs and Just don't let go. There's still so much life to give. Ain't it already short enough? Why shorten it? I'ma do what I like, I'ma do something right, I'ma move towards the light, I'ma keep my head high. There's no stopping now, we ain't falling down, my heart's popping out. I got options now, ain't no cautious doubts and no losses now. I'll be wildin' now, finding out what life's about. I'll be driving now, screaming till my lungs give out. And when there's highs and lows, the tide's gonna flow. Just don't let go.
Boom.
Ooh, what a track that was, bro. That was Don't Let Go, right? That's a brand new one by, you can find that Neffex, Neffex. Don't Let Go. That was a good one. I don't know. Did it get you moving, bro?
Yeah, it had a nice groove to it.
Didn't it? I liked it. I put the link in the chat for anybody that's tuning in live or later after it gets bring back up. This one here is, again, one that I was really looking forward to showing you, Jay. This is Ideas in the Ether. In the mental realm, there exist unexpressed melodies, stories, inventions, concepts, images, and other thought forms, quote, floating, end quote, around. These are each like individualized data packets dancing in the ether, waiting to be tapped into. We all have access to these thought bubbles depending on our frequency. Creators are the ones who, quote, connect, end quote, to them via downloads, bring them through into the material, and transform them through their art. It's absolutely, it's so true. This is how I do things. I meditate. I pray. I ask the Creator to lead me, guide me, and to use me. I beg, use me, speak through me, right? Do it in your way, not in the way that the world tries to make me do it. And I tap into things and they come through. Jason, I know you do it too. We both have a way that we do this. Everybody that creates has a way of downloading information. Sometimes it comes to you like that. Remember Mark Sargent? Yeah, I woke up at 3:33 a.m. He wrote all the clues, right? Flat Earth clues. Remember?
Yeah.
It's true. But in reality, yes, we do get downloads. I write poetry, and usually I get inspired. It could be someone's smile. It could be something they wrote, something someone posts. It could be a song. Music is definitely one of my biggest inspirations. Jason, what do you say about ideas in the ether?
It's the actual ether. So the fake flat earthers will refer to the ether. Bob Nodell will say that the ether is rotating 15 degrees per hour. No, that's not the ether. That's the luminaries rotating around us, buddy. The ether is something that's imperceptible to the senses. It's non-physical. So the ideas in the ether is thoughts. It's information, and it exists in a non-physical way. So you're not going to see it rotating around you. Right?
You can see the stars rotate.
Yeah,
right?
But that's not the ether. That's the luminaries rotating around you. Right. So the thought forms exist in a non-physical, invisible way.
Invisible.
And
like that first song was called Invisible.
but they are accessible if you are at the right frequency. So if your thought vibration is too low to access that thought form in the ether, you're not going to have access to it. So if you raise your vibration, you get your frequency up, now all of a sudden you're going to find that it is accessible.
Really? Well, speaking of getting your vibrations up, Energy Givers turned this up. It says, here's a list of things that are pretty much guaranteed to recharge you energetically and give your vibration a boost, especially if you are empathic. Here we go. Sunshine, hydration, drink you some water. I use lemon, lime, and salt with my food tonight to help with the hydration and the way that the food breaks down. A full night's sleep, but not oversleeping. I'm going to actually set an alarm. Last weekend, I slept in too much. It was weird. I was all like, I was rattled. Too much sleep is bad too. So let's get back into the sunshine, hydration, full night's sleep, organizing / decluttering, doing good things for other people. Today I raced. You know what? I don't have to talk about it. Let's keep going. Nature, immersion in water, any form of exercise, any form, even if you're just flexing, sitting on the couch, running around your house. You know, come on, if you can't sleep at night, if you run around your house 1,000 times, I bet you'll sleep good. Meditation. You get down on your hands and knees. How do you meditate? Do you meditate? I meditated a few times today under the trees. Your favorite music. New music is how I meditate. Tonight, we've had great new music. I just got the songs this afternoon. Boundaries. Are you setting boundaries? Right? Be boundary setters. You have to sacrifice. When you set a boundary, when you say, I'm only going to do this, you want to do all these things. It's so much strength to actually set a boundary and not do it. Work on these. Supportive people, right? Cold exposure. So sometimes being cold, maybe sit in front of an air conditioner in Texas. I don't know where we're going to get cold exposure. Go hang out at the grocery store. I don't know what to say. Breath work. I constantly work on my
Springs
breathing.
pool.
Yeah, Barton Springs. Okay, there you go. Boom. Bell ringer. That water is freezing. You know, I was like, I'm a Canadian. I swam in April or whatever, right? I used to break the ice in the rivers and fall through in the wintertime. Barton Creek is really cold. I was like, I couldn't even breathe. I was like, oh, this is a new kind of cold. We went there and we had that giant Earth is flat sign that you made, bro. That was so much fun. Let me keep going here. Humbling your ego. I gotta work on this myself. I'm always trying to, right? I see it. And I'm like, the third person observer sometimes comes in. It trolls me too. Pay attention and witness everything. Don't get upset or too far either way. Observing and replacing bad habits with good habits. This one is so healing, right? This one's probably the best one. Well, they're all good. Intermittent fasting. Jason and I, we eat one meal a day. We intermittent fast, right? Time alone. Sometimes you need to be alone. Something I'm working on. And time around good people. Oh, this one is one of my favorite. Waking up early, right before the sun rises.
Rise and grind.
Got to wake up early, everybody. Come on, there's a plan with everything that I do. Come on. I wasn't sent here just for fun and games. No, there's a plan why I get up so early, and I want you to join me. Gardening. I constantly tell people there's nothing more healthy than getting your hands in the dirt. Okay, it is super healing. One of the probably most healing. You just get supercharged. The earth charges you. We're made from the dirt. Earthing / grounding. Take off those shoes. Get the grass. Get your toes in there. Feel the water in your feet. Gratitude. How could we not be more thankful? Right? The whole world seems to be crumbling, yet here we are. We're getting constant downloads. We're getting brand new music. We're all spending time together. We're laughing. We're breaking all the hoaxes like a real drill. Right this morning. I won't go too far into that one, but we're super gratitude. We're all thankful here. And the most important one with the big old red heart at the end of this, it says the vibration of love. Are you guys loving? Are you guarding your love and giving it to those that deserve it? Are you channeling it to the right place? Or are you just haphazardly just walking around? Just, I love you. I love you. I love you. Like some of the people that came on the team and said they loved me. And they were right quick to stab me in the back, right? So are you actually guarding your heart? Boundaries, affirmations. I think I skipped that one. Don't forget to be affirmating. I'm always talking kindly to my food, to the things I drink, to animals, plants, everything. Affirmations. Jason, this one is obviously one of my favorite memes ever of all times.
What
These
a
are
list.
definitely, this is what I'm all about right now in one meme.
Yeah, it's a super list. Energy givers. So if you've been drained, if you feel like your battery is low and you want to boost up your energy, I mean, it says there, here is a list of things that are pretty much guaranteed to recharge you energetically. So if you're looking for a recharge, if you want to get a boost, take a look at that list and implement something on the list and start recharging. These are energy givers. Use these things to boost yourself back up.
No, I mean, I love this meme so much, right? And I'm so thankful, you guys. I had such a great week. I'm willing to say that I'm done. There's a few more memes. We'll use them. We'll use them next week. This is the best meme to end on. I really don't think we could have had a better one. So if you don't have sunshine in your life, if you're not drinking enough water, you don't have a full night's sleep, if you're partying or whatever you're doing, if you got to learn to have calm, peaceful nights, get your rest, go to bed early, organizing and decluttering, are you keeping your areas clean? Because when you clean around you, you energetically clean around you too. It's not just a physical thing. Do good things for other people. They make you feel so good. This is soul food. Nature. Are you out in nature? Immersion in water. This is another key. Get you in the waters, right? You guys up north, you don't have to warm your car up anymore, right? My dad would always pour hot water on his windshield and crack them, but it would work. Don't do that, okay? Just preheat the car, let the heater do it. But get outside and get in the water, right? All
Get
these
the
things are
sunshine.
so
If you're
important.
pasty white and you're wondering, energetically, get a tan. Actually see a tan line somewhere on your body, and you will be on the path to recharging your battery. I
Yes.
coming from Wisconsin, there was the whole winter we would go through months of not seeing the sun. It would just be hazy and overcast
Horrible.
every day.
Yes.
And people have what do they call that now?
Serotonin.
Yeah, it's a serotonin thing. They would have to sit in front of these lights inside their house.
That's vitamin D.
Yeah, so
Vitamin D.
that was one of the big draws to moving south, was to get the sunshine. Because
Yeah.
for me, it actually recharges my battery. I feel like a battery where if I'm run down, I need the sunshine to actually juice myself back up.
Yeah, I absolutely noticed a huge difference. So that, what do they say, that in the cold, the heart, in the north, the hearts are colder. In the south, they're like, oh, we need to eat the sunshine, right? So all this stuff, your favorite music, right? Come on, guys, get into the music. Do things, maybe you're not into much into music as I am, and Jason and everybody else. That's fine. Just do some of these things, please. Listening to the rain, we skipped that one. A well-balanced diet, I skipped that one too. These are important. I love the rain. And, we had some crazy storms that wrecked a lot of Texas, huh, AJ? Not that long ago. There was this one night that the thunder was just like...
You could feel it rattling. It would rattle
It was
everything.
insane. It was just in this distance, right, Jay? And all I know, you woke up. I was like, whoa! I was so blissed out. I was just in a zone. I was like, this is so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Listening to the rain is something I absolutely adore.
No, it's a beautiful meme because it's such a great list. I mean, pretty much
Love all these
guaranteed
things, right?
to recharge you energetically. Just pick one off the list and get going if you feel like you're energetically depleted in any way.
You're a huge fan of water immersion,
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah.
These are all things. And maybe you're not into planting flowers, but you had a bunch of fruit trees that were awesome. You had the fig. You were the one who gave me here. Try this. You said it's a fig. I was like, what? I took it home, let it ripen, right? Let it age a bit, and it was
I
good.
had never eaten figs before, but I planted a fig tree and I was like blown away by what figs actually taste like fresh off the tree. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was so good, right? Way better than like anything you could buy at the store. Now you could have put, root barrels or different types of things and fertilizer around each tree, and you could have like souped it up with some different types of plant food.
Yeah.
But you did a good job, so you absolutely do garden. You know what I mean? Not now.
Yeah, well,
but
I
you did.
garden with trees. I didn't garden with
Yeah,
smaller
pecan,
plants.
pecan trees you had too, right?
Yeah,
Well, yeah. So
pomegranate bushes. And
pears, peaches, right?
pears,
No, not apples.
peaches, apples. Trying to think what else was out there. It had like 40 fruit trees.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was nice work. So all these things, meditate, pray. Are you praying? Are you asking the creator, the source of everything, to help you and guide you? Do you have faith? Do you believe that you're on the right path? What is your path, guys? What are you going to do this weekend? Are you going to relax? What's everybody going to do? I know I had a wonderful week. I'm so thankful. I am beyond thankful that we were able to share this truth with everybody. We got another timestamp. All of us together. Thank you, everybody in the chat. It was a fun night in the chat. Everybody was pretty chilled. I'm thankful to be here.
I'm thankful to be here. So in the thumbnail, we have Trump. So his birthday is coming up on the 14th, and I came across tonight a "did you know" type thing. Did you know that World Invocation Day is actually June 14th?
Wow, I didn't know.
World Invocation Day. So
World Invocation.
Invocation. And so it's observed on the full moon, the full Gemini moon. So we're coming up to the full Gemini moon and Trump's birthday. So this week there's something that we're paying attention to. There's a whole bunch of Rapture Watch and fake Christian channels that are pushing a Pentecost that's taking place anywhere from June 11th to June 14th. And so this week we've got a few things that we're keeping our eyes on regarding this topic, because what we're looking for is the Antichrist to show up. The man of lawlessness stands up, makes a covenant with many, and then is in hiatus for 3.5 years because the two witnesses are given their power. And then once the two witnesses are gone, then that Antichrist figure has the second 3.5 years in his control. So just something that we're keeping our eyes, our attention on right now. It's going to be taking place this week. There's so many New World Order shills that have covered this in wild ways. Remember Jurassic Liars? He says that Elvis is going to shoot through the Space Needle, and that it's Trump, but it's not Trump. And then we've heard there's the twins and all this kind of stuff. So we've got the insurrection thing that's taking place right now, where this has become like nighttime news, where it's so weird that it's supposed to be a trial, but it's not really a trial. They're just showing clips and videos from this. I don't know if anybody's being charged in this. I don't know why it's on TV right now, but
There's no point.
right?
It's nonsense.
It's pure theater, but it
Kushner
probably
got out. He's not involved. He left before it happened, right?
but it probably has some New World Order plan at play. So we're keeping close eyes on that this week. And so we were talking about how Sunday night we might move into the book of Jacob, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Learn about some more gardening.
yeah, you were saying that there's a whole bunch of grafting talk in it. So
Some gardening lessons.
I'm excited. We might do a little bit of a calendar thing. We saw how Dr. Barry he put out a video that we were sitting there in
No,
if-
don't bring that up.
if we would have had the bell, every time we heard him say some sort of absolute lie, deception, like specifically obvious, we would have been ringing it like every 30 seconds.
It was bad. Oh, it was the worst one ever. But yeah, we'll go through it in a correct way. I don't know if I really want to go through it. I do want to read the book of Jacob, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So
For all you Mormons out there.
we'll get that figured out. And it's been great. Wonderful memes this week, brother. Super uplifting, upbuilding. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, shout out to the whole team. I love each and every one of you. Let's keep going. We're going to keep doing this. It's not going to slow down. We might take breaks here and there, depending on how our energy goes. We'll know that by the amount of mistakes we make, right? But this week was pretty good. So thanks for tuning in. I really enjoyed it. I'm so thankful. I'm beyond thankful. I'm going to have a wonderful weekend, and I hope everybody else does too. Thank you guys for tuning in all week. It's been just super fun. I am beyond thankful. Thank you, bro. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, creator. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, brother. So any last words?
Only on the Yahawahashai News Network.
Nouveau arcade. Alone in my room, waiting by the phone. Put on my headphones so I don't feel alone. Lost in the airwaves of our cosmic fire. And now I'm staring at your photographs, 'cause I'm crazy like that. We used to stare at the stars under the midnight sky.